Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo, and we hope it goes back to being Flamengo, right? Flamengo of 2026. So far, only sadness. And we hope that this gray cloud gets off our Mengão. Yeah, that's right. Now we even have to talk like this. Let's just leave it alone. Well, I've already spoken out about some things, right? About all this whining that's been going on. And I want to send a hug to my friend Anjinho do Flamengo. Man, you're awesome. You're awesome. You're totally right. I even want to share here Anjinho's statement, which I found very important regarding Flamengo's current situation. I just want to let you know that here, honestly, there's a way to subscribe, right? There's the little button to like, the little button to subscribe, and also here, the YouTube shopping products are now here in the video, also below. And you can really help Flamengo, man, because you help Flamengo when it's official merchandise. So help right now, get your official Flamengo product, right? Just because the team's struggling doesn't mean you should quit. I wear Flamengo, I go out in Flamengo gear. We lost, I heard it, it blew up on me, my wife talking, the jersey, it's over, that's how it is. I'm upset, but I'm wearing Flamengo. Flamengo loses. I put on the clothes, that black shirt of Zico in mourning, but wearing the Flamengo jersey in mourning. But, so we had Anjinho, and we're going to talk here about this issue of the threat from the organized fan groups, right? The fans, right? It's not even the organized groups themselves, right? The Flamengo fans who were there at the protest, yeah, we brought exclusive coverage from early on. Then Flazuero got there too and brought some material. In fact, this video he made shows a fan making a very serious threat, right? And we always say here that we're not in favor of violence and all that, but the fans have had enough, right? Seeing what's happening with Flamengo, they're outraged, and the guys let this out, and we're going to be talking about it. I just wanted to start here with a message from Anjinho do Flamengo, man. Yeah, they got run over. Poor little guy. Look, we have Anjinho do Flamengo. Look what he says here.
The joy. Flamengo is different from everything, and nobody understands anything. Nobody is getting it. Even with this attitude from our Club de Regatas do Flamengo, we hope that this behavior can change starting Monday. 2 cups have already passed, and now there's the chance for the 3rd championship, the Carioca, the Libertadores, the Brazilian Championship, the Brazil Cup. Anyway, we want to go back to see our team have that Flamengo spirit again. It's long overdue. If we have the best striker in Brazil, that striker has to be a starter. Just put his power on one side. Luis Araujo,
That's it, and
it already changes a lot of things. We here, as fans, are always praying, hoping in the best way possible for everything to work out, and we believe that everything will work out. These demands are necessary. In this moment of turbulence, this dark tower won't rise, it's not forever, and we're going all in for the save, right? Our Father, I feel yours, Hail Mary, the joy. Flamengo has no other way, no other path, yes, hold back the anxiety, go get them, Flamengo, have faith.
that's it, man. We believe, right? Anjinho speaking there. This dark cloud leaving us. Our great Anjinho do Flamengo, who is Marcelo. So, guys, look. We have a situation here, which was the video that went viral of the Flamengo fan at the protest sending a message to the Flamengo players, to these players specifically, right? Jorge Carrascal and Gonzalo Plata, who have always been mentioned by fans for partying, going to clubs, leaving Sapucaí and all that. And only the fans there at Ninho do Urubu confronted them, mainly Jorge Carrascal. There's no information about Gonzalo Plata. They are confronting exactly the players who think playing for Flamengo is like Disneyland, who think that playing for Flamengo means they can do whatever they want. Since they won the championship, they can party through 2026. And the message was very clear. We're coming for you, just to make it clear. The fans spoke there at Ninho do Urubu. The fans spoke there. We're going to the restaurants, the clubs, everywhere after you guys, okay? Look.
The Flamengo crowd gave the word. You didn't want to talk to us there, so we're going to hunt you down in the restaurants, in the kiosks, and especially if you're getting drunk. Brother, it's going to get ugly, okay? The most mentioned were Plata and Carrascal, who are turning Rio into a carnival all year long and haven't performed at all. He got sent off against Corinthians, hurt the team in the Supercopa final, was sent off against Racing in the Libertadores, and almost lost because of them. They don't perform or contribute anything. He wants to drink, wants to go out, wants to have fun, but when it's time, he delivers on the field.
He doesn't deliver on the field. Gonzalo Plata missed a clear goal when it was 0-0. And there was a moment there, Flamolato, when he could have been sent off when he pushed. The Lanús player got into his head. They're doing this all the time, and he could have been sent off right there. We should even thank God that he wasn't.
The message wasn't just for those two. It was for all Flamengo players, from the organized supporters.
That's right. So the fans made it clear there at Ninho do Urubu that there won't be any peace for players who aren't real athletes, players who don't think about Flamengo. So what do you think about that? Comment here. What did you think about what the fans said about this wish that the players be more like athletes and not think? It's a free-for-all. Flamengo is not a free-for-all. Well, we also had Carlos Daniel talking about this. Take a look. M Studios, come on. Flamengo, let them know. Everyone is talking about this.
Flamengo.
Flamengo. The final message is salaries on time and beatings for failure. Yeah, because actually the photo we posted there of the banner, right? Salaries on time, beatings for failure. That's what he said. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what the fans put on the banner there at Ninho do Urubu. Okay, so man, there comes a time, you know, when we realize that the fans' patience runs out. It really runs out. And the only ones who spoke, and what irritated the fans the most, was that the players wouldn't roll down the window to talk. They wouldn't let some fans in to talk like they've done in other situations. Diego Ribas, when he was at Flamengo, went to talk. Jorge Jesus went into the crowd to talk. That's not something very unusual. At Flamengo, it was always a demonstration of respect for the fans and a demonstration that they're not afraid to face reality. The fact that there was a protest, there wasn't any fighting or anything like that. They just wanted to demand accountability. And not having the courage to look the fans in the eye and accept that you're being held accountable. That's something Julio Cesar has already done. Many other Flamengo players have done. Many have gone through this and went there to talk. But there have been cases of aggression. Okay, we condemn aggression. But there have been many players who agreed to go talk to the fans and earned respect. After that, the team took off. And what irritated the guys was that this time no one went to talk. And another thing, many people say, oh, they invaded the training center. Oh, someone allowed them to go inside onto the field, right? That's not what happened. Usually there's a conversation with a leader of the group, a leader of the players, or some of the players' leaders. It happens right there in the parking lot. The guys come in and stay with security there. Then the player who's the group leader comes to hear what the fans want, to take it back to the players because they want more commitment, players going out partying and all that. And that didn't happen this time. That irritated Flamengo's fans who ended up talking about it. So look, we also have Everton Cebolinha's situation to talk to you about, which is exactly the point that he is not expected to stay at Flamengo. It's Flamengo. The staff of forward Everton Cebolinha had already informed Flamengo's management. according to Raiza Simplicio, that they had no intention of renewing the forward's contract. Although Cebolinha's statement caught many fans by surprise, the red and black management, according to Raiza Simplicio, was already aware of the decision. Because of that, Flamengo didn't even try to start a conversation to extend the number 11's contract. The information that had leaked first was that they were trying to renew, but then he didn't want to. So Cebolinha will leave the club at the end of this season. Information from Raiza Simplicio. To add, we also have Andre Hernan here, journalist Andre Hernan, reporting that Cebolinha was targeted by Palmeiras at the end of last year. But the talks didn't move forward. Even so, a new transfer attempt is not completely ruled out. For the next season, Palmeiras is interested in signing the forward Everton Cebolinha for 2027. The player has already made it clear that he does not intend to renew with Flamengo and will say goodbye at the end of his contract, so at the end of the year. According to the portal Nosso Palmeiras, Leila Pereira's team is waiting for Cebolinha's contract to end to start negotiations with the player's staff. Flamengo fans obviously were very upset, and I had already told you that his attitude was very strange after the game. Going to the mixed zone, exposing all of that, saying he wasn't going to stay at Flamengo. I said it was totally out of line. Gabigol, the champ, it was wrong to say he was going to Cruzeiro right after, drawing all the attention to himself and the board. At the time, under Landim's management, everyone was upset. Can you imagine now that the guy still has a contract until the end of the year? He still has 10 months left on his contract with Flamengo. It was after a defeat, a cup final, a Recopa. He didn't respect the moment by going to the mixed zone to say he was leaving. He also said he wouldn't renew with Flamengo and hadn't been approached. So the fans are irritated, the board is irritated. I've already said here that my information, and Angelo Furtado's as well, is that there would be a conversation with Cebolinha about this today, about not exposing certain things publicly, that he shouldn't have done that. So the people here from the passionate fan base are commenting, leave Oliveira, Francis Alves, go with God, the author, Sam, 2019 doesn't want to, bye. This even applies to Pedro as well, or anyone who wants to go to the press conference and talk nonsense in the mixed zone. I'll say more, there were fans attacking me when I talked about his statement, and I said, look, if you don't want to stay at Flamengo, just leave. I said that yesterday, and there were people really mad at me, complaining that I was wrong, that the right one was Felipe Luis, that he was right, that Felipe Luis was wrong, that he didn't give him an opportunity. None of that, man. He has his opportunities, his own chances too. He's doing very well and all that. But when it really mattered, he didn't take advantage. He missed a goal there, missed his chance there, didn't make the most of it. So the guys aren't taking advantage either, right? Felipe has his mistakes, he does, but there are a lot of mistakes at Flamengo too. There are a lot of mistakes. At Flamengo too, especially, and it's not just the coach, there are mistakes, especially with the players. I really thought the best banner the fans brought there today was the one that said, hey, salaries are up to date, right? Salaries are up to date. But when they say violence is missing, they mean there's not enough pressure, man, just not enough. And the player not going there to talk, I think I'm totally against aggression, but the player not having the courage to go there, at least one of their representatives to hear what the guy has to say, that's wrong. Yeah. Wilson Costa, congratulations. Felipe Luis, right? You want to go? Go ahead. Ilka is also sending a message here, right? Lucas, then people are saying nonsense. Then someone asks, do you like Flamengo or Cebolinha, right? So the fans here who still try to defend end up having to listen, right? If you say what you want, you'll hear what you don't want. So people are talking here. Congratulations, Felipe Luis. They're being sarcastic since Luis Araujo also said he wanted to leave and have more opportunities. Now, Cebolinha, so a lot of people are blaming Felipe Luis for not giving Cebolinha a chance. He lost Mateus Gonçalves, Vinha, and now Cebolinha. Vinha also isn't doing well at River. No, he's not. There were even fans here saying, Gabriel Lira, it's official, Vinha. No, man, he was just loaned to River. And even so, things are really bad for him there. Robert Queiroz, goodbye. Because of what he said in his last interview, he lost my respect. If he wanted to leave, he should have said so in December at the end of the season, not at the beginning of the year. His comments were unfortunate. Some fans are defending him, saying the hack won't let the guy play and is just looking for someone who will. Naldo, HR. Honestly, we need a coach who pays attention to all the players, who knows how to motivate the guys. It really is a problem, this group management. Felipe pays attention to some players and others are just left out. He keeps trying to get Samuelino back, keeps putting Plata in whenever he can, always puts Plata in.
And then
Anderson says it's going to strengthen the enemy. I didn't want him to leave either. I hope Flamengo can convince him and resolve this issue and that he understands he made a mistake. Also in the mixed zone, that's right. Look, Flamengo released the medical report for Jorginho, Leo Pereira, Pulgar, Bruno Henrique, and Saul Niguez. The 5 players are out of the semi-final match of the Campeonato Carioca against Madureira. Flamengo has the advantage. They won the first match 3-0.
Bruno Henrique.
The forward will not be included for Monday's match against Madureira due to a groin injury. He is undergoing daily treatment with the club's medical department. Eric Pulgar, who had muscle pain after the match against Lanús, underwent an imaging exam, which did not show any injury. However, following the medical department's advice, he will not play against Madureira on Monday. In other words, the extra time, not only did Flamengo lose the title, but the extra time wore out Flamengo's players. You see, Flamengo's physical condition is concerning, right? The players' physical situation is worrying. Jorginho, due to the high level of fatigue in the match and having just returned from injury last Thursday, was ruled out by Flamengo's medical department for the next game against Madureira on Monday. In other words, he came back, didn't play much, played about 30 minutes of extra time plus a bit of the second half, and it was already too much for him again. Leo Pereira, after playing for more than 120 minutes on Thursday against Lanús, showed high levels of physical fatigue. We saw that during the game. He was exhausted out there. In fact, he's the one who couldn't reach the ball that Paqueta missed. Triple mistake by Paqueta for their goal. Unbelievable mistake by Leo Ortiz too. But Leo Pereira, who was up front, lost the ball, and that ended up leading to that counter-attack, which resulted in the corner and everything else. Leo Pereira was really feeling pain in his thigh. He couldn't hold on. So, after playing 120 minutes against Lanús, he showed high levels of physical exhaustion. The decision from the medical department is that he won't be included for the match against Madureira on Monday. On the day of the match, the player will train at the Jorge Helal Training Center. Saul now no longer needs to use immobilization. The player is still in the recovery process after undergoing surgery on his left heel. So, he's recovering from heel surgery, but the good news is that he no longer needs immobilization, okay? And soon he should also be available to play for Flamengo, all right? That's the news for you. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, enable notifications with the bell, and like the video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Greetings to all Flamengo fans. This is Flamengo, all right?